What's up, Insane Rhetoric? What's good? What's good? Welcome to World War III. Shots fired everywhere. You remember what I was saying? Good morning, Vietnam by Robin Williams. Oh, yeah, we got shots fired everywhere. It's just going down in the news. What it do, sister? What it do?
Morning, y'all.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Just morning, y'all. Or just good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, so did you check out my song that I sent you to check out? Did you listen to it?
Yes.
What you think about it? It speaks to what you're saying, don't it? I'm gonna make them see what I'm saying.
Okay, y'all, that was an inside joke.
What you think about it? Did you like it?
Hmm.
You gonna use that as your new motto? Your new anthem. I'm gonna make them see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? I'm gonna see what I'm saying. Look, I mean, it's funny because like everybody in the news is trying to make people see what they're saying right now. It's
Mm,
like it's just like for
mm,
real. That sounds like money bag.
mm,
That's right on time, because
mm.
everybody trying to make people see what they're saying.
See what they saying.
Yeah, it's great. I'm gonna
Hmm.
make them see what I'm saying. See what I'm
See what I'm
saying.
saying.
See what I'm saying. So what we got up? What we got up?
Well, so everybody got a message for Kanye. I, you know, sometimes when the children act up in school, you'll hear the teacher. You'll hear the teacher say, "All right, class, what we're gonna do today is ignore this bad behavior. We're just going to keep learning."
Does that work? Does that work at all?
I,
I don't believe it does.
I, I don't know. I think we should ignore the bad behavior and keep learning.
I can't keep learning with the bad behavior going on. You need to address the bad behavior. I mean, it's
We can
like
send
that's a
them to the principal's office.
send them somewhere. Send them somewhere.
Uh, yeah, we send them to the principal's office.
ain't that
I,
what ain't that what the principal is for? One of the things to correct bad
but
behavior.
who, but who, but who would we send Kanye? Who would we send Kanye to?
To the Lord. You need to go see Jesus. So
Mm.
so so in a interview that I seen with Kanye, he was doing an interview with Morgan Pierce, and
Uh-oh.
he was trying to express on his uncensored show what he meant when he wrote his tweet. And then after all that basic long jargon of back and forth between Morgan Pierce and Yee, he came to the end and wind up saying, "I'm sorry anyway." And that's where he was trying to get him to go in the first place. But if you hear and actually take a look at the interview, uh, he had some valid points about what he was saying. You know, it's amazing that like some people can say one thing about one group of people, and then the next group can't say nothing about that other group of people. If you want to keep confusion down, just don't say nothing about nobody at all, because everybody is going to judge you on what you say. Because a lot of people are not proficient in language and dialect where they can interpret if it's no pun intended rhetoric or um if it's literal. So because don't nobody know what's going on inside of your head. So I mean, keep confusion down. Just don't say nothing about nobody. But that's gonna be impossible. Very impossible because you got people in corporate America that's thinking about the low man on the totem pole and calling him all kinds of racist and slanderous names. People on the bottom talking about people on the top, talking about they think they entitled to this, that, and the third. People in the middle don't know which way to go, you know. So I mean, it it sounds good to say keep your mouth closed, but it's nearly impossible to do so.
Yep. Okay, well, so Kanye made the remarks about, the anti-Semitic remarks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how that translated. Oh, okay. Oh, that what's his name? Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, he made some remarks too. Okay. The NBA suspended him. He lost his Nike deal. They're not gonna release his shoe. Something like 2.2 million he's supposed to make from that.
Oops.
There it is, right? Okay. But Shaq and Kanye got a tete-a-tete going on Twitter. Okay, let me do this sidebar for a second. So, former President Obama, it was about Twitter, y'all, the story about Twitter. That's why I got to do a sidebar. It made me think of it. So, former President Obama was speaking somewhere on the campaign trail. And while he was speaking, he had a heckler that commented, you know, former President Obama was talking about Republican Party trying to save the 1% of, high earners, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That whole rhetoric. All right. And this person yelled out, like you. Well, the Obamas didn't make their money like that until after they came out of office. They had their own little money, a couple of $100,000 from the book deals that he had before then. But like now they didn't hit millionaire status because they, speaking engagements between both of them.
Right.
Okay. Her book now, like they hit $1 million status after he left office.
Right.
Okay. So President Obama said something to the effect of, this is a loose quote. Go find it and read it exactly yourself. This is a loose quote. He basically said, he put him in check and he was like, hey, youngster, listen up. President Obama is an old man. He gonna speak old man language. He just said, youngster, listen up.
Right.
Okay, because old people, that's what we do.
Right.
We don't go on and on with y'all unless it's time for a message. So the message he gave to the whole place was, we really need y'all really, as a culture, we really need to stop getting our news from Twitter. And if we put down Twitter, we'll be okay. Because we have people who like to take Twitter and go back and forth on Twitter. That was a dig on our other former president, Mr. Orange Hair. Okay. Shaq and Kanye going back and forth on Twitter. Kanye started talking about, so you can't throw rocks. You start throwing stones, you gotta watch out and see because people gonna throw some stones back. Kanye said that, you know, Shaq had these business dealings with certain people and it was questionable. Go look it up yourself. I'm paraphrasing. So Shaq came back and was like, okay, again, Shaq old, he old. We don't mess around like that. Shaq said, listen, brother, you don't know me like that. Have a nice day, bro. He said a little bit more than that, y'all.
Right.
But it was real short and sweet.
Listen, man, this is how I figure. Like I said, whatever you do and however you getting your money, that's on you. If your conscience has the propensity to go forth in bad deals so you can win and walk on other people, that's on you. If you gotta put somebody down to feel better, that's on you. What you do does not represent me. And I'm gonna say it like this. The problem with the masses of people dealing with black people, and it all goes back to racism, is everybody that's not black encounters one black person and that black person treats them wrong or does something wrong or maybe steal from them or something, then they think that everybody in the race is like that. And that holds back to the way a lot of different minorities and races think. But if black people did the same thing, then they have other things to say about the black people. Well, where do you get off saying that? The same way you get off saying what you said. So my thing is, whoever you dealing with, you deal with them on an individual basis. You don't categorize everybody because of that one person. Ye, the dude is a billionaire. He's a creative mind. He's a black Einstein. Truthfully, the dude is just bright. The
I
problem
actually
is,
think he's a beautiful man, actually. Like, I think there's something more going on there.
yeah, I mean, but yeah, no doubt about it. But my thing is, if you go off on the tangents with him, then you're subject to come into some of those situations. And then the thing of it is, the only reason they ain't murdered this dude, and I'm just for real, is because they ain't got enough on them to do so yet.
Who is they?
Whoever you want to, whoever they want to see. I don't know. I mean, you think about it. Like if we look at the trajectory of history, if you look at that, all the people that they murdered in the 60s, you know, if you're not on whoever the big team is playing by their rules, they find some way to do away with you. Prime example, JFK.
JFK is a black man.
No, but they found a way to do away with what they didn't want for their agenda because he was trying to actually help them. But that's what I'm saying. It really once you climb the corporate ladder in the music industry in Hollywood, it really doesn't matter if you're black or other ethnicity. It just matters what you're saying about who's playing on what team. So I mean, if that would have been somebody else saying that with no money and didn't have his stature right now, do you think they would have gave that attention? That person probably would have been up under the jail cell. But because he is who he is and he has billions of dollars, he can get away with saying what he needs to say concerning him. And my thing is, how you get mad at somebody's opinion? That everybody has an opinion. How you get mad at somebody's opinion? Like the way I grew up, it was just like you're not wrong for the way you feel. Whether it's bad or good toward other people, if you feel like that, it must be something behind it.
Okay, so this what Kanye actually said. Shaq is in business with Jamie Salter. Jamie first said he's 50-50 with David Beckham and 50-50 with Shaq. I said, Jamie, there's no such thing as 50-50 in business. Who has the extra 1% for the control and voting rights? So then Kanye goes on, he continues. Then Jamie said he's actually got the 51% in both of those deals. And so then Kanye goes on to say, we as the creators and talent get caught up in our vanity that we don't read or understand the fine print. Like Dave Chappelle said, we need to stop giving up control over our own names and our likeness. So then, okay, so that's when Shaq said, because Shaq old, he old. He said, believe me, you don't know me like that. Worry about your business. That's what he said. Worry about your business. And to quote the once great Kanye West, I got more money than you, so why would I listen to you? End quote of the great Kanye West.
That's
Take my advice, get your family business in order. Have a great day, brother.
that's what I'm saying. People people play off the ability to think based on how much money you have, which is wrong. And here's a great way to think about it. Excuse me. Nikola Tesla died broke, but he was a billionaire in his mind because of all the things he caused and all the blueprints that he made and all the things that he invented. But somebody robbed him of that fortune. So is he not bright because he don't have the money? That's the thing. You know, you can have a person with common sense and they be sleeping in the gutter. Or I mean, think about, let's use another one. Like I can do this forever. You know, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry came out of sleeping out of his car, but he was a creative genius when it came to writing plays and doing what he did and does. Is he stupid or don't have no common sense because he didn't have the money to say something?
So
That
so
makes no sense.
so prior to Kanye West's anti-Semitic breakdown, he was worth 1.5 billion because that included his Adidas deal, which he's now lost. So they both are worth 400 million.
I'm just saying. My thing is, business goes like this. Somebody else drops you. Somebody else on the back end will pick you up because you're still promoting something that they want to make money on. It's business. So if he lost the Adidas deal, I know he lost the Adidas deal. I know he lost the Gap deal, and there's one other company, major company, that was carrying Yeezys. I forgot the name of the company, but he lost that one also. Is they gonna break his bank? No. So is he gonna continue to say what he wants to say? Yeah. So he said what he wants to say. He still has money in the bank. What's the point?
So
What did you prove?
so
what
Jamie,
what what
so
did you
here's
prove?
so I'm getting ready to tell you what Kanye talking about. Kanye, he's smart. He okay. He's intelligent. However, whatever else is going on with him, he's having a hard time saying it, and people don't want to hear it, so they just putting him down. Okay, okay, y'all listen. Don't be writing me talking about I'm supporting Kanye or Shaq. I ain't supporting neither one of them because neither one put money in my pocket.
Right. Don't none of them pay us.
Let's just not get it twisted right here. None of them support us, put any money in our pocket. And I can speak for myself personally. I'm not taking a side on either one.
Right. Me
Y'all
either.
know we like to break stuff down. Okay, so here's kind of what Kanye talking about. So Jamie Salter is worth his net worth, his personal net worth is 1.1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
His company is worth 9.5 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so listen. Okay, Authentic Brands is the name of the company. Okay, Authentic Brands. That's the name of the company. Okay, so this is who Shaq has he said in his thing that apparently okay, Authentic Brands, Shaquille O'Neal, his name, that's a brand.
Mm-hmm.
And Shaquille O'Neal has basically like probably just had some kind of conversation with this man to help him build his brand. Because
Mm-hmm.
Shaq got his own businesses.
Right.
So these are brand management people. Okay? Brand management people. All right. All right. So Jamie Salter, y'all. Jamie Salter. Okay, he a white dude. But this brand management company, they've come back and restored or revived these brands. Brooks Brothers. You know Brooks Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Forever 21. Okay. He 58 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So he's good at
What he
building your
does.
brand.
Right. What he does.
JC Penney's. Remember a couple of years ago, JC Penney started closing down?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They reached out to who they could find to help them rebuild their brand, because it's an old store. JC Penney,
Yep.
youngsters not going to JC Penney.
Nope.
Old people going to JC Penney. Your grandma going to JC Penney to take their grandchildren to go get their school clothes or their prom dress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be true.
Nobody else going.
If you see me in the JC Penney's, I'm walking through it. That ain't what I do.
They got plans to buy Reebok, to purchase Reebok from Adidas. That they have plans. They announced that this past summer.
Hey.
This man started selling windsurfing equipment. He bought a snowboard business. He sold it for $5 million later, 4 years later. He bought it for $35,000. He sold it for $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
4 years later.
That's what you call a come up. That is a major come up. You know what he did?
Then he turned around and built his own brand called Ride Snowboards. Took it public. Okay. Then he started understanding licensing. Listen, Kanye got a kind of a point, because these are things that some people don't have the knowledge of, don't care to have that knowledge of, don't have the understanding of it, like don't want to ask those questions.
Right.
And then get into that.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, and you are exactly right. They just looking at the bottom line of I'm gonna make $3.4 million. Okay, that's cool, but how much is your take home from that? You know what I'm saying? One thing I think should be implemented in schools, in high schools, before they go off to college is finances. Because once you get in college and you start, you to start a football team, and you finna go pro, you finna go NFL, and then you get there, you start making all this money, but you ain't doing no type of investments to put up money for when you might retire or when you might get hurt, because those are 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing to me that you can come out of the NBA and in a year's time be broke.
So,
or out of the NFL and in a year's time be broke.
And Shaq is one of the few retired millionaires out of the NBA.
Yeah.
So Shaq had the wherewithal to understand that it was certain things he didn't know. So he went to someone he thought was an expert.
And learned it.
And is learning it and is allowing this person to help him license his brand. He's going to make his money through licensing. Fire want to sell my image in his store. Okay, but my image, who I am, my name, you just gonna make money off of that? No. You pay me.
Mm-hmm.
You have a license for 1 year, 2 years, however many years to sell cups.
Right. Whatever. Matter of fact, a person just did that not too long ago, and we all know her and love her and respect her. Her name is Tina Turner. She sold her likeness and her brand for almost 50 or 70 million dollars. Just sold it off because she was like, I'm 80 years old, whatever Tina is, what I need it for now. I did everything I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't use nothing without her permission and her licensing to get you there to make $1 off of it. And if people understood how licensing goes, then you would understand the back part of the business. The problem with a lot of up and coming superstars in the industry of music, they're focusing on production all the time, but not the the business of show. It's called show business. The production is the show, but the back paperwork is your business. You need to understand the logistics of what a contract says, how your brand is branded, different things. But the only way you can do that is two ways. Either you're reading about it on your own, or you're getting around somebody who does it on a day-to-day basis to teach you how to do it. But once you do that, then can't nobody hold nothing over your head because you know it. But when you don't know something and you don't have the wherewithal, then you're stuck.
So they're both right. Kanye and Dave Chappelle are talking more along the lines of, okay, that's fine and dandy, but now you've given this white man, quote unquote, white man, you know, the rights to you, to own you. Okay. What
I mean,
they're saying is you need to own all of that on you for you. Like,
right,
don't give it
right.
to this dude over here. But here's my thing. If you don't really know how to do that, if you don't really understand how that really works, I don't see why it's not okay to go over there and give it to him for, say, whatever many years.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do your due diligence in your contract. Maybe you say you got it for this many years to help build it, and then you got it for this many years to where I start getting half and half or 51 and whatever certain percentage. The percentage that's all going to them, you put it in your contract with them that says, now you're gonna help me build this, but you're gonna give me this amount, we're gonna share this amount.
Exactly. Exactly.
Or after so many years, you do your due diligence to learn what they're doing. And then so after 2 years, now you over here and you start your own branding company about your own self,
Right. Right.
and you branding out your own stuff. And
Exactly.
that's what Kanye and Dave Chappelle are talking about, where
Right.
you get that money over there by yourself and don't give it over here.
Exactly. That's just like why one of the reasons people are in the NFL are mad at Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson is promoting the stuff from himself and he's not using anybody in the industry to do what he's doing concerning his contract. So they can't get any money off of him. The money that the NFL gives him is banked. The money that he has off of his endorsements is what he uses to live. Big difference. Big difference. So you would be mad if you ain't spending that type of money that the NFL is giving you and putting it back into the system. But he knows, hey, I'm doing something different. I want to be better at what I do. So I'm gonna just take the endorsement money. I'm gonna use that to live. But everything that the NFL gives me is banked, compounded interest. But hey, these are things that you need to know. So I mean, whatever. All right, what else we got? I'm tired of talking about them, man. They just made my head hurt. I
Well,
wasn't supposed to be getting up this morning doing no math and trying to figure out somebody's social and political problem.
okay. Oh, which, by the way, you mentioned Lamar Jackson. So his net worth right now is 9.7 billion, 9.7 million.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
He finna bust $1 billion.
Okay.
I stack your money, man.
Oh, he
Stack.
paying attention. Okay, but okay, wait a minute. But wait, there's more. So Keisha Cole, y'all know Keisha Cole. Maybe you don't know Keisha Cole, but she's a songstress, singer,
Psalmist.
musician. Keisha Cole. I forgot what the name of that song. She was hot. That was real hot like a couple of years ago. Anyway, so Kanye. Okay, so Boosie Badass. You know, everybody's saying something about what Kanye got to say about anti-Semitic comments. So Boosie Badass, he had what he said what he had to say. Okay. So Kanye came back at Boosie Badass. Kanye said, "Don't speak ill on me, Lil Boosie. Speak to me. Don't speak ill on me. Don't speak on me. Don't speak about me." Y'all see, I gotta translate. Okay. Don't speak about me. Speak to me. Yeah, you calling me a nerd. I'm a little old nerd, so speak to me. You know, you badass. So come on, smack me or come shoot me. You know, he goes, "I'm the one that got bullied by the entire Black community. Now I'm back to shoot the school up." That's the end of that quote. So Keisha Cole she had her child enrolled in Donda Academy. Little DJ. She had little DJ enrolled in Donda Academy. So she following Kanye, sees the tweet, and she goes, "I took my DJ out of Donda, sadly, after Ye said he was back to shoot the school up. It scared me a bit." End quote.
I mean, you are entitled, once I get it said, to your opinion and your feelings. I don't I don't think that warrants anybody to be scared about that, but people are so sensitive in this day and age. Everything puts people on pins and needles, even if it's meant in not a literal way.
So there's someone named Tito Valentino. I guess I'm supposed to know who that is.
He's a musician,
Okay.
musician, rapper, singer.
So he responded to Keisha Cole saying Donda Academy shut down. And I have to ask, what kind of parent sends a kid to an unaccredited religious indoctrination center? Y'all, we talked about it. Y'all remember when we talked about it? What kind of parent sends a kid to an unaccredited religious indoctrination center where you have to sign an NDA to enroll for $15K a year? Who listens to Ye speak and goes, "I'll trust this man with my child"?
I mean, that's listen. Before before any school was ever accredited, they had to start somewhere.
Well, she said there was no NDA wasn't brought up to her. She didn't sign one.
Hmm.
Um, but you know, when we talked about it, I had the same question.
I mean, listen, I could take shots at some people right now. I
It
mean,
okay.
it
My question
it
wasn't about the religiousness of it. Remember, my question was just why
yeah, I
we
get it.
sending why we sending people to a school that Kanye.
Oh, okay. The same reason some people uh ethnicity send their kids to KKK rallies and indoctrination because that's what they want them to be. I mean, like what you teach and what's your belief. The problem is a lot of people place what they believe on their children and force them to do that. A lot of parents live through their kids instead of letting their children be who they're going to be. Yeah, it's certain things that you should teach them about how things work. Certain things you shouldn't let them know at a certain age. You'll have to let them discover it and have an open relationship to come and talk to you about those things, and then you explain them to them. But in this day and age, everybody is giving a download of information to kids about what their life was about and what they've been through. And that's where you have all these other things coming into play and doing the same thing over and over again. It is no different than anything else. None. I mean, you think about um just not even being funny. You think about if you ever read the Willie Lynch letter. It was all about indoctrination. Who was doing it at that time? White people. So, and I'm not saying that all white people are bad. Let me make that public. But the people who were doing it at that time were bad. Now, you got this being put in place for 300 plus years. And he said, if you keep this going, this will continue to cycle and do it on its own. He was right. Until you know what you need to do different and separate yourself from the masses of people and become like the red dragon said that I was not awake, then you won't know what's happening in your society or what's going on around you. So a lot of people indoctrinate people in a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, that's what college is. You get to college, you get with a certain group of people. You're gonna be either with the nerds, you're gonna be either with the show kids, the famous kids, the rich kids. It's all indoctrination. So what's the difference? It's all in way which way you want to go. Unfortunately, the kids don't have a opt to say, "Hey, mama, I want to go to that school at a young age. You're gonna put me in where you think is feasible for me." And being that he's creative, would I send my kid to um be educated like for as like math, science, reading, and that? No. Would I send it to him to develop him or her creatively in whatever their talent is? Yes. So I don't know. Ain't my day to watch them.
So there's a movie out called Hebrews to Negroes. Wake Up Black America. So when we first started the show, you talked about the interview with Pierce Morgan and Kanye. In that interview, Kanye continually refers to himself as a
Jew.
As a Jew.
Black Jew.
Now, my problem with that was that, and maybe I'm unaware, and so this show is the Grown Up Sesame Street. So my problem with those comments that Ye made on that interview was that he kept saying he was a Black Jew. So was Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Because to me, I thought Judaism was a religion.
Judaism is a religion.
Okay. 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 Now, what Kyrie Irving say, and his controversy with anti-Semitism is that he say he is a Black Hebrew
Israelite, which is a denomination, a race. I mean, not a denomination, but a race of people.
Yeah. He's saying something different than Kanye. I think Kanye think he's saying the same thing. But he's saying something different.
Yeah. I mean, and if you if you go back and you look at the people who were enslaved during Egyptians' times, they were Hebrew Israelites. That's what was enslaved for 2,000 plus years. So now you have Hebrew people coming out of that slavery, and then you got the Hebrew Israelites. That's what they are talking about on the grand scheme of things. But yeah, like I say, Ye probably just didn't understand, like, or he was just running over it, that what he meant was, and I don't know what he meant, I'm just saying what he should have meant was he's a Hebrew, not a Jew. Because like we know, Jews are not ethnicity. That is a religious sector. So
in this documentary, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America.
Where is this at? Is this on Netflix? Or is it on something I gotta Google on YouTube, because I ain't seen it and I'm interested in seeing it now.
This documentary says that it's a falsehood that 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. He's saying that's a falsehood. And so apparently Kyrie Irving kind of linked himself to that movie. And so he was asked to apologize. He was asked, did he agree? Did he agree or hate Jewish people? He didn't quite just say yes or no. He gave a long, verbose answer that didn't actually say yes, no.
Okay, so he was doing what everybody else do. It's called politicking. He was politicking. So
yeah.
I'm wondering to myself, if I was to go to the Klan and ask them, do they hate me? What would be their response in public? Do you think that they would say yes or no? Or do you think that they would give a politicking answer to get you out of their face and later say what they really wanted to say? I'm just wondering. I'm wondering and asking for a friend too. Because there are very few people on the planet who says to other people what they are thinking and mean what they say and walk away. Most people in the world hide behind words and barrages of different phrases so you can kind of get the point, but it really ain't a definite. So you find me one of those people who's saying what they mean and mean what they say. Hey, let me tell you this, like I I got a problem with people taking down the Confederate flag. The reason I got a problem with it because when I go places, I want to readily know what you think about me. And if I'm in a place where a Confederate flag used to be, then I run into danger because I didn't see the markings. I'm mad about that, and I'm asking for a friend. I'm just saying. All the the slave statues that's been around the parks for years, that is a constant reminder what went on through history. So I think you should put them back up because it helps me identify where I'm at. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I really don't. My thing is, man, I really don't care what a person thinks concerning me because you don't know me. So I mean, for a person to think, well, I think you should do that. I really didn't ask you what you thought, and that's the problem. If people mind their business for 6 months and stay away from other people for 6 months, there it is. You can do what you're doing. You ain't concerned about them, but you minding yours. Get your money, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna make
So
them
this
see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying?
so this film this film came out in 2018. Okay. So the actual name is Hebrews to Negroes. What you need to know. Okay.
And you say where this film
Hebrews to
is at? Can I
Negroes.
look this up? Can I look
So
it up? Or do I gotta go to the movie to see this? Cause
it was a 2018 film. A director named Ronald Dalton. I mean, yeah, Ronald Dalton Jr. had a series of books of the same name. The film is 3 hours long.
oh Lord, that's like watching Schindler's List. That's a
So
long time.
so it's in an effort to prove that the Black Hebrew Israelite, that there are certain people of color, including some Black Americans, who are the true descendants of biblical Israelites.
I'm gonna tell you, you wanna know who knows? I tell you who know. You wanna know? You interested? Yes, you're interested.
What okay, before, yes, because I want our people to know. But listen, what's the name of the region where one of Noah's friends, sons went? Because that's supposed to be the region of the black people. What's that?
You talking about Ham, and I forget what sect of
Ham.
Africa,
Okay. Okay.
Africa he went to, but it was Ham.
Okay. So in notebook that you would start there. Go ahead. Who would know?
The Catholics in the Vatican, because they got all the history books locked away for nobody to see.
But do we really need the history books if we got the Bible? I'm
Yes.
asking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I really
Because
want to know.
because
Sesame Street.
the Bible gives great insight to what's happening and what has happened. But if the Bible, the book itself, contained everything in history, couldn't nobody drag that around to read it?
Okay, so we needed like a cliff. So the Bible notes is cliff notes. I mean, the Bible is cliff notes to the history books, because the history books are so big and so long and so whatever. The Bible is the cliff notes.
I would say that, you know what I'm saying, it is the authority, but yeah, you it's
Because
like
it only hit the most important facts.
it hits everything, but
Oh,
this is the thing, like it's inspired. So if
oh,
you
the Bible is inspired by the history books.
no,
Oh,
the Bible is inspired by the word of God. So when you read that, you can read one verse in the Bible at a certain point of your life when you're going through something and it means something. Then you get to another place in your life, it's a different revelation, but it's the same verse. Is That's why it's called the living book. So I mean, it's just like, can one book contain everything about thermodynamics? No, it cannot. So once you read about thermodynamics in one book, you go find supporting let's say as a play supporting cast to back up what that has already said. So that's why I say it would be who people to understand, like, yeah, because they have all the things that has been locked away through time and history. That's just like a lot of people say that there are books in the Bible that are not in the Bible, like the book of Eli. So why was that one omitted? You know, so I mean, it's so much. Yeah.
so apparently this film has some anti-Semitic and extreme kind of views. So with anything, so to the idea that there would be Black people, and to further understand that there would be Black Americans who would be related or in some line and somehow descendant to the Hebrew Israelites. It could happen.
Okay,
Okay.
so let
It
let
could happen. However, with any group, you got a a conservative, and you got an extremist, right? Any group, check out any group. You got a conservative, and then you got an extremist. And you got extremists on either side too. Like you got conservative extreme, and you got over there. Okay. One of them gonna be more violent than the other. Like in any group. Don't matter, any group. So with this movement, there are extremists who go full on about anti-Semitic and extreme comments and behavior, talk about how modern Jews, this is quote from it's not me. It's a quote from, we just trying to tell you what this whole fight about. Okay. Modern Jews are supposedly or allegedly imposters who stole the religious heritage of Black people and have engaged in a cover-up to prevent Black people from knowing their true identity. This film talks about global Jewish conspiracy to oppress and defraud Black people, that that Jewish people are in part responsible for transatlantic slave trade. They falsified Jewish people, allegedly falsified the history of the Holocaust in order to conceal their nature and protect their status and power.
I mean, listen, I believe that any of that, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm saying I believe that any of that, one way or the other, could be possible. You think about something that's modern, you know what I'm saying, and you look at the history. The biggest thing that we know in United States history recently was 9/11 over 21 years ago. Some people believe that it was an inside job. Some people believe that it was terrorists. Who knows? Truly. Except the people that was on the inside doing it. And are they gonna tell you what really happened? No, they're not. Some things gives way to facts and truth. Say for instance, the plane that supposedly hit the Pentagon and the the black box was the only thing that's made out of metal that survived, but the titanium motors of the plane was at so intense heat that they melted titanium. Uh-uh. That black box would have melted before that titanium motor would have. And in an uncontrolled heat environment, there's no way that a plane could have hit the Pentagon and those motors melted down to nothing without it being contained heat. So it's like, what do you believe? Do I believe that 6 million Jews was murdered? I believe more than 6 million Jews was murdered. It's a lot of people over there that it was uncounted. Just like when we talk about ICE, when we talk about the book Without Sanctuary, when they were talking about all the people who they know were hung.
Right.
But what about the ones that you didn't know?
Right.
So I think that can go either way.
So Kyrie Irving shared a link to this film in a tweet. There we go with Twitter again. And that's what set up all the hubbub. And then he didn't initially question are you anti-Semitic? Do you hate Jewish people? He didn't initially say yes, no. He had some other. He has since, given his full apology, but apparently,
I think people need to learn how to use words better. Like this.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't hate anybody, but I dislike a whole lot of people.
right.
Like,
And just because I dislike them,
don't mean I won't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? When you hate somebody, that's like committing murder. You would do anything to pretty much get rid of somebody.
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's a lot of people I dislike because of their character and how they move. But hate, no.
Yeah. I, so you can get the audio book on Amazon.
Is it free? If it ain't free, I ain't paying for it because I ain't that excited to go read about it.
I said audio book.
I mean, I'm saying, is it free? Is it a free download for an audiobook? Because I'm not.
No,
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I got a
it's
whole
like
bunch.
$30.
Yeah, no, that's too no, no. Maybe I can look it up in half price books and they can find it cheaper than that. A used copy or something. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not that really sold on reading about them. You know what I'm saying? I don't read about some black Hebrew Israelites and how they methods are and all they symbolism in their robes and doing what they doing, yelling to the people. I didn't read about a lot of that.
So it's on Amazon Prime video,
Oh, I can look at it right here. I got Amazon Prime.
but you have to rent it.
Oh,
You can rent it. You can rent it for $11.99 or buy it for $50.
mm-mm. Neither of those. I'm gonna see if I can get it on YouTube for free. They usually have YouTube TV.
So the genre is faith and spirituality, documentary, and special interest.
Yeah, I'm not really like I say. I done read enough black history things to last me 5 lifetimes. It really ain't that serious to me.
Oh, okay, well you had so
No, I was just saying if it was reasonable, I'm not gonna give you no $30 for something I'm not really interested in.
yeah. The so it also has some quotes from Adolf Hitler and all that other stuff.
Oh
So
Lord. We don't need to quote nothing. We don't need to say nothing about no quotes from Adolf Hitler. This is the Insane Rhetoric Show, but that's insanity.
so
We don't
so
need
you
to
can see
quote.
why he got in trouble because he
Uh,
was sharing that link.
but
Yeah.
this is my thing. How I'm trying to recognize this. How is it freedom of speech to say what you want to say and believe what you want to believe, but then you turn around and try to close the mouth of what I said? That is contradicting. That's not freedom of speech.
Yeah.
That's it's crazy. You want me to say what you want me to say. That's not that's that's speech slavery. You gonna dictate to me what you want me to say.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in saying what I say. However, I have learned over the years to say what I want to say in a timely fashion, in a timely manner, and understand the words that I say in order to say what I want to say.
Oh, so
If that
you know how to filter before you really articulate what you say.
yeah. So I'll tell y'all something. We probably got to go, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. Okay, so something happened to me at work maybe about 3 weeks ago. It was inappropriate. I'm not gonna tell you. I was spoken to inappropriately. When I was spoken to inappropriately, it happened to be in front of a classroom of children. An adult spoke to me inappropriately. I ain't gonna say their name. I'm not gonna tell you. An adult spoke to me inappropriately in front of children. Why this is important is because there's a group of these children who were standing around who need to learn something very specific from me. And if they don't have that respect for me as a teacher, then I can't teach them.
Yep. And they ain't gonna accept it.
Okay. So what it did was, because I'm kind of like cool grandma all the time with kids, even though I'm like firm and the kids that I work with know that I'm really firm about what we got to get business taken care of. So it made them only latch on to the fun side. Like I was spending a lot of time having to redirect their behavior when I wasn't having to do that before then. So the children they didn't see me back. What they saw me do was walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And this person kept yelling after me, continuing this confrontation. And I continued to walk away. I said one word, okay. And I walked away. Now, since then, I've had 3 conversations with me, because it's an environment that I've not been around a lot, right? I'm kind of new to. And so I've had 3 conversations, personal conversations with 3 different individuals, trying to understand who this person is, who spoke to me in this manner. Because what I want to do is, because I told y'all I always attack the white elephant. I just don't always attack it the first day I see
Why
it.
you gotta attack the white elephant? Why it just can't be the elephant in the room? That's what ye see it. Morgan Freeman said, why they gotta just be Jewish?
Because to answer your question, even to see an elephant in the room would be just wonkers, insane. But to see a white elephant would be even more insane. That's why.
Or a pink elephant.
Or pink elephant. Yeah. Okay. So this person has put me the way me and Fire would say it is. This person has put me in the I'm not speaking to you ministry. They see me coming, they turn their head. Okay. So I've spent the last several weeks with these 3 different conversations, trying to make sure I didn't need to,
file a grievance.
yeah. But trust and believe. I'm not going, because the children noticed it, and I really just went on and had the conversation with the children. They're seeing this behavior. So trust and believe, I am going to go to this person and say what I gotta say, but I'm taking my own sweet time and really paying attention. I'm hoping that the conversations that I've had with these 3 people will trickle down, and that they get this information third party. And in this case, I don't care if they get it third party. It just needs to be fixed.
I think you need to go to get the principal, Miss Johnson, and go get Mrs. Owens, and you go in there and have a talk with Miss Johnson and Miss Owens right then on the spot, so we can air that out real quick. I wouldn't wait for it to trickle down, because one
Well,
of I know you probably can't now, but I'm just saying, like, that would be my approach, man. Listen, you got a problem with me? Let's air this out right now. Because one thing you ain't gonna do is you're not gonna talk over me. You're not gonna demean me or think I'm less than what you are because you're doing this and I'm not doing that. That ain't gonna never happen. No.
so it was suggested by one of these 3 people that instead of me filing a grievance, that if it continues for a set amount of time, then we take it to Miss Johnson.
Okay. No,
because then it definitely, you're right, they felt the same way. It definitely would get fixed.
Yeah, I was like, I wouldn't even waste no time. That was just me, man. Listen,
Yeah.
you got one time and one time only to talk to me like I'm less than who I am. And
Well,
I'm a tell right then. I'm gonna go to the proper authorities, and I'm gonna tell right then, because I don't want it to slip your mind or mine either. Let's go have this chat.
so in an effort to make sure that this is about the kids and not me, I we can slow our roll. But I said, I brought this up so that we understand that, sometimes there are times when you need to be strategic in the way you say what you want to say.
I agree with that.
Because at the end of the day, like I told those children, I was like, I tend to get my way. And they looked at me and I said, I like to get my way like everybody else. Everybody else like to get their way. Everybody want to do what they want to do, the way they want to do it, how they want to do it, right? And they said, yes. I said, okay. I'm no different from anybody else. I tend to get my way. I don't always get my way, as I should not. But I tend.
What's wrong with always getting your way?
Always getting your way. Sometimes if you live in a family unit, that's when I mean maybe I should not. Because like if I live in a family unit, it's a together process.
I need to always get my way.
Okay.
Always.
Okay, bicycle. Okay, bicycle photos.
Oh, you silly.
Okay, y'all, it's an inside joke. I'm stop. Y'all. Okay. What else we gotta say?
Nothing. We ain't got time to say it.
Oh.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say prayers and condolence go out to Takeoff family from the Amigos, because he lost his life earlier in the week. So prayers and condolences go to the Amigos and the Amigos family. That's all I want to say about that.
All right, I guess you're gonna take us out of here. What we gonna do?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
I'm gonna make it see what I'm saying.
See what I'm saying?
So yeah, you can check us out on YouTube Live, of course. You can hit us up on Facebook. We on every platform that you can possibly think of. Insane Rhetoric with a K, not a C. Insane Rhetoric with a K, not a C. And you can just listen, man. You can just hit us up any way you want to hit up. Going back to when we started this, ain't no time foolery. Don't come over here talking about you finna blow up this, you finna shoot down that. Cause I'm not gonna say a word, but she is gonna report you. So
That would be correct.
I'm just
That would
gonna
be a correct
laugh.
statement.
I'm just gonna laugh when you go down. I'm just gonna laugh because that's what I do. I'm like, another one bites the dust. You
I
know.
have told you many times I am a tattletale.
Yeah, I'm not. I ain't gonna say a word, but
Mm,
when we get them comments and that type of stuff on our page or on our platform, she's gonna go ahead, go in, and you know say
yeah,
what needs to be said.
I'm gonna let the law know.
She gonna make them see what she's saying.
See what I'm saying?
So other than that, man, you can check us out on every platform. We on Google Music, iHeart Music, Anchor, Spotify. We on everything that's major, man. Check us out. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow, man. Cause listen, we here trying to better our community, and better the people that's around us. And that does cross race lines, meaning we trying to better everybody, not just select few people. So let's clear that up right now since we had this type of topic over the conversation. We're
Well, they can
trying to
go back and
better.
look at our videos. We've had our brother from another mother.
Oh yeah, our
Like
sister
we don't
from our sister from another auntie. I don't know how that works.
our sister from another mister.
Oh yeah, that'll work too. So I mean, it's all good. So last but not least, just remember to enjoy the ride that is Insane Rhetoric.